Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we had Jameson.
Oh, very smooth.
You liked this one today.
Yeah,
you did. We'll have to have Jameson again.
Yeah, I was making conversation. Didn't even realize I took a shot. Had no effect on me.
I have to get to the liquor store at some point. When I was back...
Alky.
Exactly. When I was with Bagpipes, he turned me on to a 135 proof bourbon that was actually probably the smoothest bourbon I've ever had in my life. And it's 135 proof.
Wow.
Elijah Craig. Very, very good. And want to give a shout out to a good friend of the channel, Primetime Treasure Hunter. His live show, it's actually starting at 8, but wait till 9 to go over there, 8:30 to go over there. He's got a live auction today with Triple V Vents, so I definitely want to watch that on the replay because at some point we're going to start doing live auctions. And you're saying we are?
Where's he selling them?
Right on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, definitely want to watch how he does it because at some point we're going to be doing that as well.
Yeah, it's enough to go around.
There certainly are, and there's enough people here to say hello to.
For sure. All right, first out the box, Michael Sanborn's in the house. What's going on? And we're among greatness with Jimmy Flippit. How you doing? You're nice and early today. Glad to see it. Michael Genevieve's in the house. Lovely Lori, lovely Dawn, and Rockin' Ron DeWitt is in the house.
You don't want to call him lovely Ron?
I could get away with it, Ron.
Hurts his feelings.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? Yeah, or actually, maybe I'll switch over and watch Primetime at 8 o'clock. It's not like I pay attention during the show anyway.
True. And I don't remember anything, so I might as well.
All right, everybody, we'll see you. We're just going to watch the show, and
yeah.
we'll tell you what's going on. Wow, I can't believe that went for that. So we head on into it, and I can't wait to see everybody's answers to this one because it's been a really interesting week for sales. I want to see what everybody else is noticing as far as sales go, see if you're putrid or not putrid. And why don't you lead it off, Mr. Magazine?
Oh, I'm going to stick with the putrid. I'm going to stick with that word because it really deserves to be used. eBay really is putrid. Amazon has its moments. It seems for me is when I'm selling multi-orders to people.
On Amazon or eBay?
Both, really.
Okay.
And then my sales are definitely going to be higher. More so on Amazon, though. You know, I got guys that'll buy 10 magazines or 7 record albums, a couple toys. So, and they do add up where I might have only 60 sales, but I might have 100 items sold.
See, and the big thing that I'm noticing, because I don't sell overseas on Amazon, I do on eBay, is my weeks it's make or break on whether I sell things overseas or not.
Oh, it's every other week. 1 week I'll have, well, you'll see it on Monday. Like 1 week we'll have nothing for you to print for international. And then this week might be 5 so far. But, you know, that's even putrid, you know, to be honest with you.
Jimmy Flippin's not even doing putrid. He's being nice when he says putrid.
Yeah, remember last week you wish you had
I did wish I had putrid sales.
I think Monday you had some good sales in the basket for the post office. And, like, now it was like you can play kick the can with the orders you got in your kitchen.
Well, and then another thing that I'm noticing, and I'm wondering if anybody else out there is noticing it as well, I got at least one, and I know you got at least one, where people are saying that they haven't gotten their orders overseas.
Yeah.
We use the eBay standard. It shows that it was picked up, and then it shows literally nothing from like early April on. So I don't know if they lost a shipment of stuff somewhere or what happened.
Yeah.
And I told the gentleman that had the problem with me, I said, here's how I shipped it out. Put in a dispute. I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, I shipped it out, whatever. And then all of a sudden, the day after he put the dispute in, all of a sudden tracking got updated, so it's moved along. I go, that shook something loose. Yeah. Got my first Amazon order today. Oh, nice. Congratulations,
yeah.
Michael.
For you. Yeah.
We always remember our first.
Starts at 1, exactly.
That's good.
For sure. Okay, we got See the Lights is in the house. How's it going? Travis is in the house. Yeah, a lot of putrid going on. A lot of putrid. Let's see.
If I had my druthers, nothing would be putrid.
Oh, all right, not bad. Don's got some
right.
decent sales. Good for you. And let's see. Pirate shipping yesterday. Saved some cash. Nice. All right.
Nice, yeah. Oh, it was easy, too. That's good to know, yeah.
Yeah, but for me, still, Amazon seems to be stronger, more consistently decent sales, where eBay is hit and miss.
And for me, and this is crazy, Amazon is strong for me, and I barely list anything on there. Yeah. My Amazon is doing well, and not dollar-wise, but volume of item-wise, it's doing well, so I cannot argue with that.
Good.
And eBay, every morning I wake up and I don't have the slightest idea whether it's going to be a good day or a terrible day.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a couple of numbers over here because I wrote them down. So I sold in the last week 3 items on $1,000,000 and I almost sold 4.
Well, almost.
Well, a guy bought something I want to cancel. I'm going to mention that in a few minutes. I sold 1 item on Viv's Views, 1 item on Etsy, and then I almost sold something on the website, which I'll explain in a moment as well. My point, though, is Monday, it was Monday, I sold 2 items on eBay as Papergoy. 19,000 items listed, I sold 2. I sold 2 items on eBay, 1 on Viv's-Views, and 1 on $1,000,000 which between them I have 900 items listed. So I sold 2 items out of 900, and I sold 2 out of 19,000.
That's like putrid cubed. Really, that's.
And the days are either terrible or strong, and there is no in between for me right now. Either I'm having a very good day, or I'm having a bad day, and I don't have those average days right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not understanding it. Now, I did sell that 1 item on $1,000,000 and then the guy emails later and says, canceled, I found it somewhere else, which I then put him on the ban list because, why are you looking for other things,
Right.
And I think I've told it before.
It's really like cheating. Like, you get married, why are you looking for another wife? It's the same. It's really the same thing. But go ahead.
I think there's a commandment against buying or canceling orders too. I think there is.
Absolutely.
I've only canceled 1 order in my life, and I think I've told this story before, but it was like $120 item that I literally only needed 1 of, and I went to buy it on eBay, and I click buy, and I get that circle of death and circle of death and circle of death and circle of death and at some point, I went back and clicked on the item and bought it. And it went right through. And I had 2 in my cart that I was buying.
Ooh.
And I said, no, I don't want 2 of this. And it wasn't something that I could have ever used 2 of. It wasn't like it was packing supplies or something. So I contacted the seller and I said, eBay had a glitch. I really only want 1. Is there any way I can cancel? And he canceled in 2 seconds for me. Because, again, eBay did have a glitch. Had he not canceled it, I would have bought 2 of them. I mean, I did agree to it even though I didn't know that I had agreed to it.
Yeah.
But to sit there and cancel a comic book because you found another one, come on, man.
Oh, well, for Amazon, have you seen this with Amazon now? They must have set something up where it's easier for buyers to cancel orders instead of like emailing you.
Right.
So now I get an email from Amazon saying they are canceling the order. Now you got to go to it and cancel it. I had 5 today.
Oh.
5. Like, I never get maybe 1 every couple days maybe on Amazon, and usually it's 50-50 where if it's expensive, I'll let me send it out and see what they say about it. If it's cheap, I'll cancel it. And like, I had to cancel and I put all the orders on your desk for Monday because I don't know if Amazon's relisting
sometimes
it or not.
they do and sometimes they don't. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
But they're making it too easy for people to cancel now, and we get 5 in one day right off the bat.
I assume Memorial Weekend would be awful on eBay, everyone hanging out. In my case, I was right.
Yeah.
I've heard others said, I had a really good Sunday, surprisingly good Sunday. Monday was terrible, and Tuesday was bad.
So mine was the other way around. Sunday was putrid. Monday was better. I think Tuesday was even better. So you go figure. I don't know.
Monday's the day that I sold the 2 items.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it was bad.
Crazy.
2 SCSC cases ahead. Item not received, cases open. I refunded the money. Filed claims, both claims paid. Okay. Home postcard was a day later. Yeah, that's the problem too. There's no way to. eBay should have some kind of a mechanism in place because there are buyers that want to do the right thing. He's more than willing to pay you back on it.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone was wondering, but local Joe Losey's in the house, and so is Sensible Treasures. How's it going?
I think kind of everybody was wondering.
Well, obviously, that's why I said that. Jeez.
I was nervous trying. Save me 15%. Oh, okay, that's good. That's 15%. It's nothing to sneeze at.
No, exactly.
But then, and I did sort of sell something on the website.
Really? Oh, wait. Well, you did or you didn't?
Sort of.
Okay, you did or you didn't?
Sort of.
Okay, here we go.
Guy emailed me and said, "Is this book still available?" And I looked into it, and I go, "Yes, it is." And he goes,
"Well, why wouldn't it be?" I get those questions. Like, why, if it's on there for sale, we have to assume it is available.
No idea. He found it on a Google search.
Okay.
Is it still available? I said, yes, it is. you can PayPal me at, and I gave him a little bit of a discount because he wasn't going through Shopify because he reached right out to me.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, thank you," and he paid for it through PayPal, and I shipped it right out, and then I ended the item. So he found it, but didn't buy it through the normal mechanism.
Oh, all right.
So
Well,
I'm going to count it as a website
Still
sale.
counts, yeah.
So
Money's
there we
in your
go.
account, it counts.
Selling on eBay, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, local auction house. To keep plugging away at it. It's challenging lately. But those of us who have been doing it will find a way to be successful. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And perseverance, I think, is probably the key word in all of that.
Sure.
And the other thing to remember is this too shall pass. It definitely shall. At some point, sales will be good again. And those things that you're listing today, you're listing 25 items today, and you're only selling 2 this week when you thought you'd sell 5 of them.
Yeah.
The other 3 will sell in a few weeks or a month and a half when things turn around. Just will. Busy time of year, graduations, just tons of stuff going on this time of year. People are making their summer plans. Nothing you can do about it. Just keep plugging away. For a good time, fondle that like button. There you go, Travis. Yeah, that is a good time. Have you priced flights lately?
Seeing that I'm not flying anywhere anytime soon, no.
You were at one point you were the king of Vegas.
First it was Florida, now it's Vegas, or whatever. All right.
So you were the king of Vegas.
Yep.
You owned that town.
Yeah, for 2 weeks maybe when I got married. I don't know.
What roughly what was a flight from Rochester to Vegas?
Now I did know a guy back in the day, so I did get some discounts, and God rest his soul, he's not with us anymore. But they still had to have been a few $100, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking years ago. I mean, when I
So-
didn't have gray hair.
So my Mrs. Papergoy and I have gone out there a few times, and it usually runs for flight for 2 people, plus a hotel on the strip for 3 nights. Set you back about $1,200. So you're talking $350 or so for the flight.
Yeah.
So I priced the flight. I priced it on Tuesday, leaving on Thursday from Rochester, $1,000 per person. So I said, okay, that's
Wait, how far in advance? Is it like prime time or?
Right. I was just Thursday, so it was
Okay.
two day
But
notice.
it's not like any holiday weekend. It's
No,
just
it
regular.
was leaving
Yeah.
tomorrow,
Okay.
just to price it. I said, okay, it's $1,000. So then I went on Google Travel, and if you bring up the map or the calendar on Google Travel, you can see the prices all the way through the end of the year.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
There was one day that was $550. Otherwise,
Was it your birthday?
no, it was not.
Oh.
Otherwise, flights from Rochester to Vegas are $800 to $1,200 a person.
Straight through?
No, we don't do direct flights because we're a podunk town with a layover. $800 to $1,200 when normally it's $350.
The fuel.
And this is going on everywhere. People are spending their money on their vacations and they don't have any money left over. I mean, honestly, when you're getting down to it,
Yeah.
if you're going to spend, if you usually spend $350 on a flight and you're spending $850 on a flight and you're taking a family,
Yeah, well, you can't play the $5 tables if you're going to do that.
but you're taking a family,
Yeah, it's crazy.
because it's not just Vegas,
Yeah,
it's
right.
all across the country.
Yeah.
Suddenly you go down to Orlando and you're spending an extra $300 a person for 4 people. You're spending $1,200 extra on flight.
Sure.
How much money do you have left over to buy magazines?
Not
Or
much.
so on.
Right. Yeah.
Let alone gas prices, let alone. So it's definitely hurting our pocketbooks because I think people are
Sure.
spending the money. They do, obviously they want to go on a vacation.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? Oh, they certainly do. They certainly do. They make up a lot of the lore of Vegas.
I like Travis. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And by family, I mean wife and kids behind.
But again, that's the money that people, people only have so much money right now.
True,
And if
yeah.
they're spending $500
No,
or
they're
$300
not
extra
buying,
on a flight.
VG condition Time magazines from us right now.
No, they're not. And that's, I mean, serious. That is
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
Because people still do obviously want to take a vacation. Maybe they're only taking 1 instead of 2 like they usually do. Maybe they're only doing 3 days rather than 5. Maybe they're flying coach when they usually fly business. Whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Maybe when they go out there, they're only seeing 1 show instead of 3.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing to save money, but that doesn't leave a lot of money left over for the stuff that a lot of us are peddling, because what we're peddling isn't necessary for most people.
Right, exactly.
They're cutting back on their collection or cutting back on that stuff because they need the money for that summer vacation. They need the money for gas. They need the money for.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you had known what the prices were, but they're crazy.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
I'm not shocked by that.
Buy the kids some video games and dump them at a work farm. Yep, there you go.
Perfect.
How about buys? Anybody? So people are a mixed bag on the sales and how well sales are doing. Some are doing well, some are doing poorly. How about buys? Any buys?
I got a bunch in the works, but there's one I'd like to discuss. You
Sure.
know about the Yankee collection I just picked up. So many years ago, I picked up a big Star Wars collection from a gentleman that was a sports card customer of mine years ago, and he had this massive room dedicated to Don Mattingly.
Okay.
Yankee grade. And, showcases and just anything you can think of, mainly signed cards, jersey cards, but also autographed hats, bats, balls, you name it, Mattingly. Like the Hall of Fame shrine. So years go by, and I'm always
The
wondering-
almost Hall of Fame shrine.
Correct. Well, he'd still may get in. You never know. Is Keith Hernandez in? Because they compare him to Keith Hernandez. Anyways.
Nellie Foxes.
So a friend of mine, yes, thank you. A friend of mine that I deal with said, hey, I just talked to this guy, Joe, at this card show. He's looking at this $25,000 Don Mattingly collection. I go, really? I go, I remember that collection. I go, is he going to buy it? He goes, I don't know. Maybe you should talk to him. So we spoke in the past. He's come out of the closet again because the whole card thing. He's got a good job, but he's doing cards on the side. And I reached out to him through Facebook Messenger. I said, hey, what's the deal with this collection? He goes, well, I'm looking at it. I might buy it. I said, well, how are you going to sell this stuff? He goes, well, I'm only one guy. I don't know. Let me look at it.
I got to find some sucker with a warehouse.
Exactly. So he looks at it. He goes, dude, it's amazing. There's so much stuff. I don't know what to do. I'm only one guy. Why don't you come take a look at it? So, all right, I'll come take a look at it. And I'm thinking, there's no shot. Well, in the meantime, he worked out a deal with this guy for less than what he was asking. And it was a little more than the lowest I was willing to go anyways. And I told him I would throw him a finder's fee. And I looked at it, and, well, I didn't realize when I looked at it years ago that one level was about a third of the collection. The whole house was plastered with glass showcases of Don Mattingly. Like anything you can think of, Don Mattingly. I think there was like almost 20 showcases, stuff on the wall, signed stuff. It's just, he's not a Hall of Famer like you said, but he is a popular guy. He was always a tough autograph. He was very private. So, I ended up buying that as well. And he wanted the whole showcases had to go with him. And I said, listen, I have no room for, as much as I like the showcases, some were like amazing and huge, like stuff you put in the Hall of Fame. I go, I just don't have the room for it. So he ended up keeping most of them. I took 5 showcases maybe for some of my Star Wars helmets. And history is made. It's probably one of the biggest Mattingly collections, I would say, on the planet, honestly. I mean, until someone proves me otherwise. It's just one of one, signed cards, like all his rarest rookies. I mean, it's probably $50,000 to $100,000. Just there's thousands of cards. Probably 3,000 pieces total on it. It's just amazing. But if you're into that stuff, I have a ton of it. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. Oh, there you go. High gas prices. Many people won't be able to drive to the store to do any shopping. Just order from us and get it delivered. There you go. Wishful thinking. That's true.
Yep.
Now, if we just figure out a way people can eat magazines, we're all set.
Well, even if you can sell them for their weight, like the old days, paper. Yeah.
That's true. The only buy that I had was a mutual friend of ours had called me and thrown together a bunch of stuff, and I ended up buying the stuff off him because the price was right, and I did throw him a finder's fee because he had turned me onto a deal, and I know he'd give me another number that I gave. Did you give that guy a call yet?
I have not. There's so many deals in the works, and I've been.
You should probably give the guy a call.
I'll give him a call tomorrow.
There you go. But I did pick up a bunch of stuff, and I kind of went through it, and it's the start of what I want to do. I put some stuff in this pile for Amazon, some stuff in this pile for eBay, and I've been listing it. And I did put some stuff in a pile for Facebook auction. I've asked Craig to call me from Vintage Syndicate and Ephemera. He's been kind of busy the last couple of days, but he and I are gonna reach out. I'm going to start doing. I was going to do it this coming Monday. I will not do it this coming Monday because I haven't worked out all the details with them. But I'm going to try to do a Monday Facebook auction at 4 o'clock. Not this coming Monday, but the Monday after it. I'll definitely keep everybody posted on it. 30 lots. I've got them all set up. I'm going to do a catalog, so they'll be in the order that they are, just because that's the way that I like to do things. Some pretty cool stuff over there. So neat stuff. If you like Muhammad Ali hardcover books, you will like to come to this auction.
Well, that's perfect because I have one of these tables and
It's a little wobbly.
Yeah,
Oh, this thing will shim it up perfectly for you.
Dust jacket or no?
It does have a dust jacket, so you can take that off if it makes it too high when you shim it.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will keep everybody abreast of that. So that should be fun. And then I do check it out tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We've got another Whatnot auction. Check out Papergoy.
Someone else has one coming up, too.
I was going to lead into that. First, I
all
wanted
right.
to tell everybody how the sales went. I went from $29 sales on my first Whatnot to $30 on my second. So we are 3% growth.
You're on pace for $31 tomorrow.
That's
awesome.
I am kicking butt and taking names on Whatnot. Definitely do check it out. I've got, I think, 40 or 41 comics, or lots of comics. Got them all set up over there. So do check that out. And you were mentioning you might have a sale on it.
I might sit in again, watch another one. I got to learn, get some experience, under my belt, watching Papergoy. But, yep, I do have one. Let's see.
Not tomorrow, but the Thursday after.
Yeah, a week from tomorrow. It's at the 16th, something like that. So,
and what are you selling?
it's going to be 5:30, right? And
Yep.
I have comic lots as well. Hopefully, mine sell.
Wow.
They're going to be. I think they're a deal. They're $5 start out. I think there's some good deals in there. Hey, and I got an endless supply of them. So I didn't say anything. I just hope they sell. They should sell.
Now, one interesting thing is Primetime Treasure Hunter, good friend of the channel, has a Whatnot group, a Facebook group, and a lot of people on there are complaining that they're just not making sales because there's so many sellers in there right now. But then I saw, and I didn't watch the video, but I saw that Chris Lynn, I can't think of his name, Daily Refinement, he says he sold $38,000 worth of stuff in 8 hours.
What was he selling?
Probably clothes, but I don't know for sure.
Wow.
Jeez. Yeah, he says he did 38,000, but a lot of people are saying they're not doing very well in sales because there are more sellers than there are buyers.
Yeah.
My thought on that is I really got to check it out when I find some time to buy.
Yeah.
Because if there are a lot of good deals going down, I'm not required to buy it from you on Whatnot and then sell it on Whatnot.
Right.
I can buy it from you on Whatnot and sell it on a different venue. And if things are going cheap,
whatever you want. Yeah.
Why not check it out as a buying opportunity?
So the key is it's good to have followers, but it's better to have followers that want comics. So so someone that's just your buddy and wants to watch you, that's great, but they're not going to be buying your comics. You want a lot of people looking at those comics, like that one guy that bought a lot of your lots. You get 5 guys like that following you, then your $5 lots turn into $10.
Yeah, and you have a better sell through. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, definitely. Christmas stuff sells all year. What I do with the Christmas stuff is I've got a bin down in the basement, and I throw it all in there, and then come beginning of October, I pull it all out, and I just kind of do a day or two of just listing Christmas stuff. So I save it up for the entire year. That's just how I do it. It would sell all year long, but I've got enough other stuff to list in the meantime.
All right, we got Enforcers in the house. How's it going? Calamity Photos back. How are you doing? And let's see. Linda is here. Better late than never.
There you go. Oh, and Friday, assuming we don't have the thunderstorms that we had today, I am going to be going off to Madison Bachville. They have a much smaller show, probably 1/8 the size of the big show that they have. Basically going off there because I got a burn time off of work. And I also, it's a 2.5 hour drive. I think I can hopefully get a good haul video out of it.
Who are you going with?
Probably just by myself.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Yeah. Probably get a good haul video out of it. And the other thing, too, is the big show is in August. I'm going to bring my business card. I'm going to pass it out like candy at Halloween.
Yeah.
Because if I see people that got stuff, look, I'm going to be out here in 2 months. Bring this for me. Bring this for me. Do you have any more of this? Do you have any more of this? Call me. I can always come up early. I can always meet you. I can always. Might as well. Be a good opportunity to network before the big show.
What happened to your Papergoy pens?
Probably sitting in the garage somewhere.
Gravity Goods in the house. How's it going?
Yep. Oh, he's expensive shoes. Okay, I wasn't sure exactly what he sold, but he definitely does. But $38,000 is it's nothing to scoff at.
Oh, hold on.
$4 offer for $18 item.
Offer of the week.
Oh, Michael Sanborn. Yeah, you're hitting the insulting offer of the week a little bit early.
B-A-N.
We're almost there. We're almost there. We're going to head into glitch of the week. I found one glitch. Yeah, I know. I haven't done that yet.
You should give away the comics that don't sell.
There you go.
Right? And you have nothing at the end of the night.
Well, glitch of the week. You were there, or no, you weren't. You had left. Whatnot wins the glitch of the week honors this week. They kicked me out of my own auction. That's pretty hard to do. They kicked me out of my own auction. Then when I got back in, they were running auctions on items that I had already run auctions on
God.
that hadn't sold. So I'm trying to start another item up, but meanwhile I had to wait for the 30 seconds to end the item that was being put up for auction the second time, even though I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
So it was all glitched up, and I know Popeyes had to restart his auction that day. A lot of people were having problems that day. So they win the glitch of the week. And this isn't necessarily a glitch, but I don't know if you were aware of this. So I had a gentleman that bought a whole bunch of stuff off me and didn't pay.
Okay.
And he bought like $168 worth of stuff, I don't know, 10 items, let's say. And I had invoiced him and he didn't pay. So I re-invoiced him. Do you know that when you re-invoice somebody, it restarts the clock on the 4 days for them to do the non-pay cancel on them?
Oh, I did not know that.
Because I went today. Now, I re-invoiced him 3 days ago. Now, he had bought it a week ago. I re-invoiced him 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I went today to cancel the order because he didn't pay, and that option was not there. The buyer is not paid. So it reset the date.
Yeah.
So just something or other out there. I don't know if you were aware of that or not, but yeah, you reset the date if you re-invoice them. So.
Crazy.
Yep. So I got to wait till tomorrow because he hasn't paid, and I did email him and say, hey, I don't want to cancel this. Are you going to pay? And he hasn't contacted me back, so he's not going to be paying from the looks of it. Such a great point, Mr. Magazine. Don't need buddies supporting you and whatnot, although it's good for morale. Yep. You want complete strangers bidding. Yeah, that's
like
true.
having a grand opening, your family and friends come there. They're not buying anything.
No, that's absolutely true. No, you're absolutely true on that.
Well, Force is going to watch you tomorrow.
Oh, well,
I will as well. Hopefully no glitches.
Well, it's more fun when I get kicked out of my own auction.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
When Whatnot bans me from my own auction, you know I'm doing something right or something wrong. Another couple of things over here. So I know that auction, we're having similar problems that day. Yeah, definitely. I know Auction Professor had said that he is starting to do the item specifics that are recommended.
Okay.
So I've started to do it, and I have seen a couple of items get a little bit of action off of that. But a lot of the recommended are nonsense. And then you also get into the situation where it just seems like they just randomly, like I have 12,180. And I'll go and I'll do 2 or 3 items, and I'll look and I'll be at like 12,185. And I'm like, wait, I just took care of 3 of them. How did my number go up? It just seems like they're like using a magic 8 ball. Shall we increase his number?
Yeah.
All signs point to yes. So I don't know what's going on that thing over there. I will definitely keep everybody apprised and let you know if I'm seeing any major changes because of it. I have moved 1 or 2 items that I have adjusted or changed, the item specifics, but nothing's flying off the shelf at this point because of it either. What I'm kind of doing is, as I'm printing a label, I'm updating an item specific because I got to wait for the thing to print anyway. So while it's doing that, I'm updating an item specific. So I'm doing 5 to 8 a day. It's going to take me a couple of years at that rate to get everything all done.
I think I got 100,000 I got to fix.
Yeah, it'll take you a little bit longer. My glitch of the week, sold an item, got paid, and then the buyer sent me an email letting me know that eBay had just sent them an out-of-stock email. Oh!
What the heck?
Oh!
That's a first.
I have not heard of that one before.
Hopefully it was a cheap item.
At least he got paid, but geez. Yeah, that leaves a lot of confusion on everybody's part as well. Sure. That's the whole thing. That's crazy. Had a scammer force an eBay return again, claimed he didn't get all the cards he ordered. That was a lie. Yep.
I get them sometimes too.
Jeez.
They're just looking for like a
partial refund.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what a lot of them
I had
want.
a set missing. It was missing 5 comments, so I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's when it's missing the stars, and you got to worry about them lying.
Well, especially when you saw the stars in there and took pictures of the stars.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then they're saying they weren't in there. All right, and I know that I believe Michael had gotten into the game already with insulting offer of the week. Oh, thank you, Travis. Definitely do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Make sure you follow Papergoy, not Papergoy1, that darned imposter. He would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for that dog and those meddling kids. So the insulting offer of the week, I only had one this entire week, and it was a guy that I've got an item up for $38 local history. The guy offered free shipping, up for auction. Guy offers 10, and I just declined it.
Yeah.
Then he offers 15. This is the most I can go. Obviously, I declined it.
Right.
And what I do enjoy doing in those cases is, because it's a 1942 local history item, nobody else has it. I said, good luck finding it at your price point. Because really, when you come down to it,
Yeah. Good luck.
there's
with
one for sale in the world.
You don't really want it. Exactly. If you really wanted it, you'll step up and buy it.
Or he's bought other similar things and paid $10 to $15
Right.
for it, so he thinks that's the market for it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to sell it for 10 to 15. I also have free shipping, so you got to add that in. So you got to offer me 20 to pay 15,
Sure. Yeah.
and so on. But you had two insulting offers of the week.
Nice. I like forwarding them to you now, so then at least you can talk about them.
Miles Austin Cowboys autographed jersey in frame, 17 by 21 frame. You were asking $148.99.
Mm-hmm.
They offered you $25.
Now, if you figure it out, that frame, it's a box frame. I think they sell it at Michael's for $80 to $100. The jersey, it was a real jersey. That's $80 to $100 at a deal. So you're at a couple hundred.
You're at $160.
The signature's got to be
signature.
$50 at a show.
You're at $210.
And it's certified by JSA or whoever.
So you're at $250 value.
You know, so
you're
I think
asking $150.
It was on sale for like $140, $150. You know, and I probably would take $120. I think I paid
Half price, yeah.
Yeah, I paid $50, $60, but I bought 10 of them for my guy, so I did get a deal in bulk. But come on with that. Are you serious? Like, you know, who's biting on that deal?
But that's not even the worst offer you got this week. The top insulting offer of the
I
week.
don't remember that one yet.
The top one was from overseas. You were asking 39.78 Great British pounds, which I
Okay.
don't know it's $45, let's say,
Yeah.
for Beats by Dre Black Solo HD wired headphones.
Yeah.
So you're asking almost $50 for a pair of headphones.
Yeah.
The guy offered you 1.26 Great British pounds. So he offered you $2 for something you want $50
That's the
on.
greatest. That's the greatest.
Plus, you have to risk shipping it overseas,
Yeah.
whether it works or not from being shipped overseas,
Yep.
for $2. Nice.
That's worth it.
So yeah, that's the. Those are the insulting week. Oh, thank you very much, Jimmy.
Appreciate it.
And I will follow you back when I get off the show. I would do it now, but he'll yell at me. I did get an interesting email from a customer. The guy had bought an item from me and hadn't paid yet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently he wanted to let me know he was going to pay.
Okay.
He sent me an email.
Mm-hmm.
I shall purchase this item tomorrow at 6 p.m. I said,
Yeah.
thank you. And the other reason why I was laughing, you know what I do in my day job by trade, right?
Yep.
I'm an auditor. And
It costs people money.
I may. I'm an auditor. I tend to be exact on things. And it just reminded me when he said, I will pay for this tomorrow at 6 p.m. My supervisor came by one time when I was in the office, and he needed something or other. And he said to me, he goes, when are you going to lunch? And I looked at the clock, I looked at what I was doing, and I said, in 13 minutes. And he started laughing, and I'm like, what's funny? This is going to take 4 minutes. This is going to take.
I thought
It's
it was
going
like
to be.
11:47.
No, it wasn't even that. It was
Oh.
it was 13. I had 13 minutes worth of work to do
All
before
right.
it was time for lunch. I could just tell.
All right, good.
So he was laughing about that one over there. Now you want to discuss something, because I guess you can, because it's your show, about UPS shipping.
I did make a mistake. I think I know the reason. It cost me $230.
Ouch.
So with this whole post office shipping thing, with the oversized stuff, we did get a UPS account, which I'd mentioned, and a lot of items were already listed a year, 6 months, 2 years ago, so on Amazon, so it can't be adjusted any which way for the most part.
Not easily.
So, and sometimes when I'm printing orders, I don't remember how big the items are and so forth, but this was a G.I. Joe headquarters. I knew it was pretty big, and there's no way I'm shipping it with Amazon giving me $5. So I print the order, and then I confirm it on Amazon without putting any tracking in. Then the process is they pull the order, they pack the order, The order has UPS written on it, give back to Chuck. They give it back to me. And then I usually go into Amazon. I have to reconfirm and put the new tracking in. Well, I must have forgot to do this.
Oh, all right.
But that's not what happened.
Oh.
First, that's what happened. So the guy says, I didn't get it. There's no tracking. I said, let me look into it. I went to stamps.com, got the tracking number, put the tracking in. The tracking showed it's delivered. I said, hey, it got delivered just so you know. Well, maybe he knows he can beat the system. He put a dispute in. And then Amazon usually says, we'll look into it. And then if I have tracking that works, I win, or they'll pay them and they won't take the money out of my account, whatever. So I lost this one for $230. And then the tracking shows delivered and went to UPS. I couldn't think of what the reason was. And you can't get a hold of anyone at Amazon. You have to, if you're a seller, you got to put a ticket in. It's a whole process. And
they don't answer
what are they really
tickets.
going to say? So this is what I think I did wrong. Because I was in a rush to give the guy the tracking. There's a drop down that says USPS or UPS.
Oh.
And then the ground or first class or whatever. Well, I think I kept it on the post office, but put the UPS tracking. So when they went to track it,
it doesn't show up.
They went into post office tracking. Now we put the ticket in to explain that. They're not going to care I lost the money. But I guess you live and learn now. Don't make the mistake I did. Because I usually don't do those drop downs. I usually just do UPS tracking and then be done with it. So in the future, if you have to do something like that, definitely put the post office, if it's post office, or UPS if it's UPS.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah.
No, that is a good tip.
It's
though.
a lesson that cost me $230, but
Oh, maybe you saved everybody else money.
Hopefully so.
There you go.
There you go.
Couple of other quick things. Remember how a couple of weeks ago I messed up and shipped the comic book to the wrong person? The Marvel shirt. Finally got the comic book back. I didn't get anything at all from the person that they had mailed it or anything, and then suddenly it shows up. Now I had already sent their item, and I had told them I would pay their postage.
Yeah.
But I hadn't received it back when I sent. So they spent $7.10 to send the comic back to me because they went to the post office and they paid retail at the post office. I just wrote her a check for $10, sent it to the address on the thing, and said, look, she's making $2.90 for her time, trouble. I put her out. Just send the $10 back.
Yeah.
She's not very communicative through emails or anything like that. I'll just send her the money, and I'm going to trust she gets it. I'm going to trust that she cashes the check and all that kind of stuff. I mean, what else can I do? There's nothing else I can do at that point. You put some big highlight comics in your show.
Good idea.
Draw some of the Can you lend me some big highlight comics, Don? I'd really appreciate that.
Well, he's lending them, so when they don't sell, then you can just give them back.
Right, which given my track record, they're not going to sell. It's going to be wonderful.
For $5 either, yeah. Thank God that one guy showed up. You had no sales, right?
It would have been he bought 4 of the 6 things that I sold. That's true. I have a question for you. I'm going to read you an email, and I'm going to ask you a question. Let me ask you the question first. Mm-hmm. How much would it cost for me to send Popular Science magazine, not the 1940s heavy ones, but a 1960, or I guess it's late 40s. It's not a super heavy one. It doesn't have to go priority. It's like about 12 ounces.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say 12 ounces, yeah.
To ship a 12-ounce Popular Science magazine from Rochester to Virginia, roughly.
$4?
$4.60, $4.70, something other like that. eBay charges, I'm charging $5 shipping on it because it was back, I listed it long ago when I had shipping.
Yeah.
eBay's charging 12%, 13%, whatever they're charging. So it's running me 60 cents in fees.
Sure.
So right now I'm at $5.20 on my $5 shipping.
Right.
And I also have to spend about a quarter, 30 cents, something like that on supplies. So it's costing me $5.50, $5.60, all in, to ship the magazine that I'm paying or that I'm receiving $5 shipping on.
Right.
Because I didn't use calculated back then, et cetera, et cetera. It's whatever the reason is.
Yeah.
I got an email from a gentleman. Does this have pictures and an article on the 3 cars? Okay, fine. He's asking about it. If so, I'll offer $11 since your postage is so high. I emailed him back.
I get that a lot. What does he expect to pay? $3? Media mail?
I think a lot of people media mail. I said, I said, yes, it does have the 3 cars. I'd like to give you a breakdown since you mentioned it was so high. What should I be shipping this for, given that it cannot go media mail?
Right.
I go, here's my cost. Here's what it's costing me. Here's with fees.
Yeah.
Here's this. I said, I am losing money shipping it to you at the $5 shipping. He said, well, raise your price and give free shipping. I said, okay, you're still paying more money.
What I never understood is I have offers. So say I want $15 and $7 shipping, $22. Just offer less on the item. If you feel you're overpaying $2 on the shipping, offer $2 less on the item. I mean, maybe I'll take it. I mean, you got to do something.
Yeah, had he went and made that $11 offer, I probably would have taken it. But the fact that he said, because your shipping is too high, some reason that just stuck in my craw.
I get a lot of people like, we're right over the border in Canada, or we're right up the road in Syracuse. Why are you shipping so much? I go, it's based on size, weight, and location, I guess. But I mean,
Right, but you're using calculated also.
Yeah, right. And I put $1 over, so it's just to cover the cost of the sleeve and this and that, cardboard, employee, whatever. Crazy.
But yeah, I just could not believe that. I'm like, my shipping's expensive. I'm losing money on the shipping. You want me to lose more money?
And Force's got some pointers for you.
Okay. And put expensive stuff in the background and draw people in. Just start your prices comfortable. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Maybe instead of having the $1 Million Peddlers picture in the background, have like pictures of Amazing Fantasy 15, Detective 27.
I know. I think he's saying just have pictures of you doing this
Oh, yeah, there you go.
the entire time.
That's right.
Everybody will go, wow, that must be Mr. Magazine, that
Very
handsome
cool.
man.
Yeah, we'll try it
That's
out.
probably what they're doing. Can't hurt. And then when I responded to the guy, then he started talking about how his state's not charging tax, and then he's liable to the IRS. And I'm like,
God.
what are you talking about?
Too much information.
It didn't make any sense. It turns out what he was talking about is his state, he has to pay use tax on it when he gets it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't have anything to do with me.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure most of the other people are not paying use tax in your state. I'm pretty sure they're not.
True. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
Jiminy flipping in the background. Yep, there you go. That'll draw all the ladies in anyway. Ladies love Jiminy. That's what I hear. Alrighty, we are, I think, about ready for the. Oh, one other quick thing. I did notice that when I walked in the garage, I was talking about doing the Facebook auctions, which I will be doing soon. I did a little bit of yard work this week, and as I walked in, I saw a couple of boxes. I just took the lids off the boxes to see what was in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, perfect for Facebook, perfect for Facebook, perfect for Facebook. So there's a lot of good things that'll be coming to those auctions.
Are you doing comics as well? $5 comics?
Yeah, I'm because I do need some level of stuff that doesn't sell. So I'm thinking of doing the comics as well.
Yeah, perfect.
Wow, just rub it in, why don't
What?
you?
I don't know. I'm doing $5 comics. Except I'll have a Thundercats #1 issue.
Coverless. Page
I got
7.
like 50 of them. I might as well throw one out there for $5, see what happens. I don't care.
Maybe I'll bid 6.
There you go.
So there. Alrighty, we're going to head on into the main topic today, which is the 5-year plan. Where will you be in 5 years?
Is that what I was supposed to study? Oh, goodness gracious. I forgot all about it. Why don't you ask them first? I can think of an answer.
And I guess the reason I brought this up was because years ago I didn't have any plan, and I don't think you had a plan either. Nothing personal.
I think when I got the warehouse, that's
Right,
when
which
I started.
is-
Really started having goals and plans and growth and all that stuff. Yeah, definitely.
But when I was in my 30s, it was just my plan was, and again, there were a lot of reasons for this. I didn't have the inventory built up, whatever. I didn't know what I was doing as far as didn't know what I wanted to sell. It was just, my plan was grab the newspaper, because back then you had to use the newspaper,
Yeah.
see what auctions there were, see if there were any good street sales on the weekends, go buy stuff. That was pretty much my entire plan. And then the things that I bought, I had to pay cheap enough on, because I didn't know a lot. I had to pay cheap enough on that I could make money. That was pretty much my entire plan, which is really not a bad business plan when you get down to it.
Right.
Buy low, sell high. Hey, that's always been a successful plan.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any big picture plans. It was just, what's my next deal going to be? Where am I going to find it?
Sure.
What if there's no auctions this week? I can start listening to stuff that I got a couple of weeks ago. But, I had, at the time, maybe I had 3 months worth of back stock to list. So what happens? You get into winter and there's no auctions, there's no flea markets, there's none of this. What am I going to do? And I kind of was. I didn't have any grand plan on things, and now I realize that you absolutely need to have one.
Sure.
And I think 5 years is probably a good point to go out. Now we did do the show about our plans for 2022, and those have all been shot to hell. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I'm having trouble getting in and out of a Mercedes instead of easily in and out of a McLaren.
I know it's tough. It's tough.
It
It's
is
tough all over.
It is tough.
Because when I take a look at my dashboard, my sales are down 30% over the last quarter,
Oh,
or year on
mine-
year, or
mine-
something like
mine-
that.
Yeah, I think mine's pretty bad too.
You know, and it just everything went south. So the sales numbers that I was hoping for, I believe I said that I was hoping to stay the same year on year. I'm not going to
Yeah.
stay the same unless I have an incredible third quarter, fourth
I'm
quarter.
hoping the good news for me is instead of owing 100,000 IRS like last year, maybe I won't owe anything this year because I'm buying so much and I'm borrowing money and buying these massive collections. We're not selling the stuff, so maybe we'll take a break and save some money then.
It's funny you say that because that's what went through my head is I won't be writing an $8,000 check to the IRS
Exactly,
this
yeah.
year. I don't have to worry
Exactly,
about
yeah.
that. So you
Yeah.
gotta, when the world gives you lemons.
Yeah.
But you gotta look out. And again, when you start out, you don't look out because you're younger. B, you don't know anything, and you don't know what you don't
Sure.
know. You don't know what you do know. You don't know what you. I didn't even know really what I was going to be selling when I got started.
Yeah.
So what are your 5-year plans?
So I'm a little different with my numbers. I
Okay.
have a plan when I'm 50. I'm
You
48
use,
now.
You use base 8.
No, but you should listen to Don.
It's easy to be more like Chuck.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, so I have a plan when I'm 50 where I'd like to be. Then I have a plan at 55.
All right, so 2 and a 7 year.
So my 2 is more like a year and a couple months. But anyways, I think by that point I'm going to need, no matter what, either a storage facility or another warehouse. So I have to definitely start saving for that in the next year. If I get a storage facility, then I'll take all the unlisted stuff and I could take that there, and that gives me more shelving growth for listed products. So then I will have everything listed in one warehouse. But
Which
everything,
actually I think that might be key because
Yeah.
unless
you don't want people at 2 different locations pulling stuff, then you need a guy there at all times pulling certain items. Then you're gonna have a lister doing stuff. So
I think the only way that 2 locations with inventory in it would work. I mean, I know you have some stuff at the store, but you're in charge of
Yeah.
pulling that. I think the only way that having a second warehouse with stuff in it
yeah,
would be if it literally were like every record that you owned went to there.
So did I tell you about the estate sale store guy? You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Okay, anyway, so he wants to retire around the same time you are, about a year and a half. Maybe 2 years, a year and a half, year, whatever. He wants to sell that building, which has a retail store. It's up the road. It's where my old warehouse was. So he's got a retail store. I think it's 2 levels. So, and then he's got a basement for storage. And he's got another store next to it, and it's all city. So he's telling me he's thinking he could sell me that building. I can do a nice retail store, but also have storage. And the other store that's attached to it could be like an adult store because it's city. Maybe I can have my license transferred there. I don't know. So that's a possibility if the price is within reason. We'll have to see about that. But I would like a storage facility. I think it'd be better for the warehouse though. So that's in 2 years. Obviously, I'd like more listers. I'd like to start. I'd like my sales to be doubled. I could easily double my sales if I had 5 good listers added on to what I have right now. We're just stockpiled. We got 5,000 signed photos, 1,000 signed baseballs, and the stuff's just sitting there. So that's my 2-year plan. I would like to make my business, the online business, turnkey by the time I'm 55, and actually attempt to try and sell it if I can get some bites out there.
No, you can't do that because I'm going to be attempting to sell my business to you when I'm 65.
Okay, well then I got to start. I'll start out again. Well, I'm not saying I'm retiring. I'm saying I would like, if I could have my way, build up my
If
business.
you had your druthers.
Build up my business, make the business turnkey, and try and entertain some people interested in taking it over.
Oh, you entertain us.
Exactly, and I will continue to do so at least through 55. If that works out, if it doesn't, I would maybe try and scale down, and not scale down, but I definitely want to stop working 90 hours a week at some point. The older I get, not that I don't want to do it, I do have fun doing it, but I'd like to scale down, the work I'm putting into it at this point. So that's my goal.
Nice.
Thank you.
My goal is just to offload the entire business to you and let you deal with it.
I like Pittsburgh guy.
And I'm kind of curious to know what other people's goals are, and if other people are thinking 5 years, 7 years like he is, 10 years, 20 years. I mean, a lot of it I think depends upon where you are in life as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're 25 years old right now, a 5-year plan, you may also have a 30-year plan at that point, or a 40-year plan or whatever it is. Whereas my 40-year plan is still be walking the earth when you get to my age. Whoa.
It's good impressive,
to hear.
yeah.
It's good to
Definitely,
hear.
yeah.
Sadly, I am too, but that's a whole other story. But basically, I have you have a 2 and a 7 year?
Yep.
I have a 93-week 2-day plan, which happens to be when I retire from the state. And then I have a 12-year plan. And the reason why is in 12 years I'll be 65. And then I would like to retire. There's no way I could retire at 55. I mean, I'll retire from the state, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to retire when I'm 55.
Right.
I don't have the funds or the inclination
You're not wired that way anyways.
to go lay on a beach for
No, okay.
40 more years.
Shoot me.
That's just not. I want my average net to be as high as possible. Well, hello, Carl. You missed your favorite segment when we talked about the insulting offers. We'll still be able to source nothing under $20 except maybe postcards. And actually, it's funny you say that because I went that route on eBay about 2 years ago. $20 is my minimum listing price. It definitely does work. It's tough. Sometimes you walk by deals. Or the other thing you do is if you can get the deal right, then you just lot stuff out. Because you look at the deal and you're saying, I know these items are worth $7 to $10 a piece, and the guy wants $1 a piece.
Yeah.
It's not worth my time listing as the $7 to $10 a piece. But if I can buy all 5 of them or all 6 of them for $5, I'll throw them in a lot for $25, and somebody's still getting a deal on it. So it does work. That plan will work. Just letting you know. We created a model of what we want our business to be in 15 years. Nice. Then made business plans for every 5 years up to that. We reviewed every 6 months.
Cool.
I think that is probably one of the most important things, Jeffrey D., welcome aboard, is the review. Because I think that a lot of people make plans, and they got great plans.
Sure.
And they don't follow the roadmap along the way. They don't stop to see how they are doing. They don't stop to see, am I on the right path? And they just don't. They're like, here's what I want to do. And they magically think it's going to happen in 5 years, 7 years, 12 years, 20 years, whatever it is. Oh, it's just going to happen. Well, it's not going to. You have to keep tweaking it. And I know I've mentioned before, one big error that I made was eBay changed a lot from 2010 through 2020. eBay changed a lot. What was selling changed. A lot of different things changed. I didn't. And my sales were going down, down, down every year. And I didn't change because I was still making money.
Yeah.
But I was doing a lot of work and not making nearly the money that I should be making for the amount of work. I was basically, the 1 year I figured it out, I was basically working for less than minimum wage. Granted, I was working on my terms and my hours.
Yeah.
That's still a lot of work for less than minimum wage.
Yeah.
So you always have to review where you're at, and you always have to change it as need be. So I think that's a very good point that you have over there on that.
Sadly, when I offered you $1 over minimum wage, you should have took it.
I really should have been way better off right now. Won't have to be doing this crap. But so I'm going to be retired in 93 weeks, 2 days. But who's counting? But I want to have in that interim between 93 weeks, 2 days, and 12 years, I want to all cylinders firing. I want to have it where, much like I did with this collection that I picked up from our mutual friend, I get the box, I bring it home. These 9 items are going on Papergoy eBay. These 2 items are going on $1 million peddlers eBay. These 3 items are going in VivZeus. These 6 items are going on Amazon. This item is going on Etsy. This is going on Whatnot. This is going on Facebook auction. This is going to YouTube auction. And get the entire collection with nothing piled up.
Right.
Everything out the door. Well, except the Whatnot, which will linger. But everything else out the door. Collection after collection after collection. to the point that it's clockwork. It comes in,
Yeah.
it goes out. Or even if it doesn't go out, at least it's listed for sale as opposed to piling up.
Sure.
I think that's the first thing. And obviously, I want the channel to be doing well. Definitely do appreciate everybody that follows us. Appreciate you even more if you hit the like button. Definitely do appreciate that, and I'd like to see the channel doing well as well, because we have a lot of fun doing
Yeah,
it. You can tell
absolutely.
we do. Have the channel doing well, have Papergoy.com doing well, and just have all that going. So that way, in 12 years, if I were to sell to you or I were to sell to somebody else, they're buying a viable business
Right.
with a good plan in place, everything organized, and like you said, turnkey.
Yeah.
They're buying the thing. Now, I think I want to, as best as I possibly can, I want to avoid the warehouse slash storefront slash. And the main reason why is because, well, there's two reasons why. Number one, that's a big extra nut. And if all of a sudden I've got to make a couple of $1,000s more every month to be able to stay where I am,
Right.
that's a big nut.
It's more work for the same amount of money.
Yeah, I've got to
Pretty much.
increase. I'd be running to stand still, as Kate
Yeah.
Bush says.
Yeah.
But the other side of it is, and I don't know why this is, I get super paranoid that, and I realize you can do things about it. I realize you can have alarms and all that, but I get super paranoid that somebody's going to steal all my stuff. Now, why they want to steal stuff I can't sell and whatnot, I don't know.
You look in your house or
No, not
your
at my house
listings?
because I
Hack-
live here.
Hack your listings, you're talking
No,
about?
I'm talking about if I had a warehouse.
Oh, if you were okay.
That
Oh, I don't know.
I drive over to it and the place would be broken into and stuff would all be
well,
stolen.
you get an alarm system, you get cameras, you get insurance, but then even the sea container, I think we couldn't close that because there was so much weight in it. It leveled off where you couldn't close the door. We had it unlocked for months and months, and I'm thinking
Nobody cared.
if they go in there, what are they going to take? They would need a sea container to take the sea container. They would need an 18-wheeler, literally. So okay, let them take 10 boxes of magazines. Where are they going to sell them to a pawn shop? They're only valuable to someone like you or me, or
Right.
that's selling them online. So you can't worry about that. If that's really going to hold you back, that you're just a chicken.
Wow.
I didn't want to say. I don't want to say the stronger word.
I used to like this show. Travis likes $1 Million Peddler. Somebody has to, right?
Yeah.
Tracking time spent on my own business is tougher than when I would track when I worked for someone else. Yeah. Well, and that definitely is true. And it's also because you're working around the clock. I mean, when we get off the show tonight, first thing I'm going to do is make sure that this all went up good on YouTube. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my emails. And I'm going to answer any emails that I got. And, we're way past my bedtime. And I'm going to be checking emails.
Sure.
I'm also going to jump on to Whatnot. And everybody that was nice enough to follow Papergoy, I will be following back. I'll be doing that as well. So how long is that going to take me? 5 to 10 minutes, whatever. But it's 5 to 10 minutes that I'm working, that I'm not working at the state job, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure.
The state job is 9 to 5 or whatever the hours happen to be on it. I'm not doing anything for the state right now, but I'm doing what I have to do for my own business. And I think we all are like that.
Yeah.
I think everyone watching this is exactly like this. You do what you got to do for your own business.
Sure. Yeah.
No doubt at all about that.
The Enforcer, I did not grade them yet. I haven't listed on eBay. I'm trying to sell them without grading, putting the time and money into them. The first two cards, I think Hogan and Giant, they're a little off. They're probably going to grade 5 or 6. The Flair's really nice, so I'll see how things go. There's a bunch of cards I want to get graded from the Mattingly collection, and right now I got that Babe Ruth card out there getting graded. So if I don't sell it in the next month or two, I'll probably throw it in my mix and get them done in a couple weeks or months.
I think the last thing the last goal that I have, and I think you have to have a bigger goal than me on this.
Okay.
I try not to work at night to prevent overworking. I had to take half the day off though. Yeah, I mean, I guess answering emails has to be done, and I don't really, a lot of times even just, I don't necessarily answer emails, and I think, do you take offers on the phone or no?
No. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm sorry. In the mornings, yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't take offers on my phone, but I look at the offers in the morning when I wake up and go, what do I have? And I delete the emails.
There's some things I have to do in the morning that require sitting down, and I don't want to waste my time just sitting down and doing that. So I'll go through
do
my
other
phone.
things, yeah.
Yeah, multitask.
The other goal that I have, and I think you have to have a little bigger goal than me, is to become a true regional dealer. And I think you can become a true national dealer. I could never become a national dealer because I
Mr.
don't
Magazine or Dirty Magazines or
both, whatever.
Both.
And I think Papergoy can be a player on the regional level. Certainly I'm a player on the local level, but
Yeah.
I think I could be a player on the regional level. I don't think that's out of, I'm willing to travel once I retire. I'm willing to spend money,
Sure.
and I'm willing to buy things. So, and if I do get into any really, really big deals, that's where I find
Yeah.
some sucker to buy the big deal for me. But I think you could be a national dealer where people from all across the country call you. I'm not set up.
Yeah.
You have the infrastructure in place that if a big deal came in California,
Yeah.
you could get it taken care of.
Sure.
I don't want to fly to California and drive back home. I hate driving, so I wouldn't want to do that.
I mean, I kind of feel like I'm almost at that point now, as far as from a buying standpoint. Obviously, selling standpoint on the website and stuff, I don't think I'm where I need to be as far as the adult stuff goes, especially. But we'll get there. But from buying, every time people contact me, whether it's California, Florida, it's always like me and one other person, and I usually end up buying the deal. So I would say, from a buying standpoint on magazines, I got to be up there, top 2, 3, 5. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And I've got to get up there where I can get the stuff that I need out of it.
Start with a shed. Oh, go ahead.
So those are kind of our goals out there. Hopefully that's helped you a little bit. I think the main point tonight is you definitely do need to step back and you do need to think of your goals, because otherwise you're just going to be flailing about, and you might be making money, you might be successful, but to what ends? I mean, yeah, great. You made $14,000 this year, you made $28,000 this year, whatever you make this year, that's wonderful. But is it a one-off, or have you built it up where you're going to make more money the following year, and you've got a whole plan in place, and honing down what you're doing, and getting processes in place, best practices, all that kind of things, or you just I don't want to use the words getting lucky on the things you're selling and getting lucky making money, because obviously you've got some level of skill, but you'll find out that if you go into it with a plan, it'll work out so much better. And I think you definitely have seen that compared to compare yourself now to 15 years ago.
Oh my God, night and day.
Yeah, and it's because you also are more focused, and you're more, back then you were more day to day, what am I going to sell? Now you step back and you have longer term plans than back then. You really do, and you see how a deal that you buy fits into other deals that you have. Whereas back then, you didn't, and neither did I. Neither of us did. It was just, I'm at an auction, I can buy this, I know I can make money on it, versus, now I can buy this, and this will tie into this other stuff that I've got. I put it over there. I can list it all together. I'm going to list it over this holiday weekend because this is coming up, and I think it'll help sell. Yeah. It's a grand plan, whereas I did not have that years ago.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helped you a little bit. Hit the like button, whether it did or not, because we definitely do appreciate that. And we're going to head on into the rambling story of the week. Do you have one this week, or is your problems all taken care of?
Oh, definitely not taken care of. But right now we're in limbo.
Even with that rain we had today?
Oh, well, it was a little bit of a project, but my employee Tori helped me out. We had a pipe burst, a hose, but we went and replaced it. Everything's good there. The washer does work. We had a guy come out finally. He said something got plugged up. It had nothing to do with the plugging that we had with the sub pump, but a different plug up. He fixed that, so that's good. Let's see. I think that's about it, really. But we're just waiting on getting the basement fixed by the end of the month. The guy guarantees he's going to get it all done by the end of the month. So we will see.
Wow. So that was a short little update.
Yeah.
I'm going to get into mine a little bit here, because I haven't done one for a few weeks. A little tip to anybody, although nobody who can afford to do this these days, traveling or new shoes, who can afford either of those. But little tip, do not wear new shoes before you travel. You actually had that problem.
Remember in New York City?
Yes, you tell that story. You tell that story.
Oh my God, my wife bought me these. I don't know what they're called. They were like
Frankenstein shoes.
Well, the Docksiders. Remember when we were walking in New York City?
They look like Frankenstein shoes.
They were like Docksiders, but
for Frankenstein.
Well, I have a size 13 foot. What do you want me to do? Anyways, the back of the shoe tapered down, so like my heel's sticking out, and there's just a little lip. So for whatever reason, it was kept cutting into my Achilles or something. And we were walking. I couldn't help but complain. And Papergoy was so angry. Everywhere we walked, I'm like, I took my foot halfway out because it was more comfortable. It's like walk with my heels outside of the shoe. And I never tried them on, I think, until that day or when we went out. What a big mistake. So, yeah, definitely don't make the mistake I made. Try them on ahead of time. And don't go with Papergoy.
Papergoy
He's not
was,
supportive. Go ahead.
neither were the arches on those Frankenstein
Well,
shoes.
instead of letting me try out 12 different, espressos and coffees, we should have went to the shoe store.
And we were with Mysterious Benefactor, and of course, him being a jokester, quite unlike Papergoy, decided that we were going to walk extra because we knew that Mr. Magazine had these shoe problems.
So nice.
So we were walking extra, and then we were also walking as fast as we could. So you had almost run.
Wait,
to
didn't
keep
I
up
go
with us.
somewhere else without you guys? I said, screw this. I think I stopped like a street early and just went to some club. Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't a lot of fun to go with. Well, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Like when you ditched me at the Comic-Con. Great.
It's all that damn Mysterious Benefactor. So next week I will, assuming you don't have any big problems in your basement, I will give my new shoe story as well. But
Okay.
that one just came up out of nowhere. You want to check everybody's comments over here, and we'll tell everybody, we'll bid them adieu.
Let's see what we got going on
Antidote.
here. I think we're talking about not working at night and what distracts people. Phone notifications.
Yeah, I sleep right through those.
Don likes
those
to
I sleep
flail.
through.
Enforcers grinding. Oh, no,
4 a.m.
price
pricing.
wall.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm printing orders at that time. Sure.
I might be up from now till 4 a.m. trying to sell 3 items on Whatnot, so who knows?
Yeah, perfect.
4:30 or 5. Y'all sleep in late. Jeez. Wish I could sleep in that late.
Exactly.
All right, everybody, hit the like button. It was a good show, as they all are. Again, check out tomorrow. Check out Papergoy over on Whatnot, $5 comic lots. Got a good show tomorrow, I'm sure. A good tape show, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Got our bolo coming up Saturday. Hopefully we have a bonus haul video coming up next Monday, because that means I'll have found a lot of stuff on Friday. So do keep your eyes open for that. Hopefully I'm able to fulfill that. We'll see you next Wednesday. I should have some news at that point on the Facebook auction. Will you sit in on that?
When is it? Oh, I was zoning out.
Really? That's so unlike you.
It's 8:36. After 8:30, it said forget it. I'm like a zombie. I think
It will not be this coming Monday.
Monday. I know Monday at 4 o'clock.
Hopefully it'll be the Monday after
okay.
that at 4 o'clock, yes.
So the Monday before my Whatnot.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
I should be able to do that.
All right, so hopefully we'll have that, and then Mr. Magazine in a week and a day.
I'll
We'll be doing his first
probably
Whatnot.
forget when my Whatnot is. You have to remind me next Thursday. So
How about I just stay on until I sell 5 items on Whatnot. So we'll be doing a marathon Whatnot sometime soon. All right, everybody, hit the like button, and we will see you next video.
take care. Bye-bye.